with the hidden gem. Dining to travel. Hidden gems, from dining to travel to hotel stays. Your membership is your companion with the partner you trust. AAA, we're always with you.
It's the perfect time to elevate your home at the Living Spaces President's Day event, where you can start fresh and save big. Lounge in style on sofas starting at $350. Enjoy entertaining with dining sets starting at $295. And rest easy with queen beds starting at $195. Plus, pay no interest for 24 months on select purchases with your good credit and get free shipping as soon as next day. Don't miss incredible deals during the President's Day event, only at Living Spaces.
Living Spaces.
GIA Diamonds, lowest prices ever. The Jewelry Exchange has natural 1-carat GIAs just $19.90. Custom mounts are just $4.99. Carat 50, $29.90. 2-carat, $59.90. Thousands of diamonds guaranteed the lowest price. The Jewelry Exchange, Tustin.
Right now at 5, more people taking to the streets to protest President Trump's immigration policies. It comes as the NBC4 I-team learns of a planned increase in deportation operations here in Los Angeles.
This is NBC4 News at 5.
Hello, and thank you for joining us. I'm Kathy Barra.
And I'm Jonathan Gonzalez. We begin here at 5 with those new details from our NBC4 I-team. The planned increase in deportation measures set to take effect within the next few weeks.
Federal law enforcement agents in L.A. who don't usually participate in immigration enforcement have been notified they may be involved. And the reaction has been strong. We've seen protests every day since last Sunday, drawing hundreds to thousands of people.
NBC4's Tracy Leong has been monitoring those new marches today. She joins us live from downtown. Tracy.
Yeah, Jonathan and Kathy, these are much smaller compared to what we saw last weekend, where there were thousands of people that took over the streets of downtown LA. It was difficult to even walk through, and some of them even marched onto the 101, blocking it in both directions. Now take a look at the demonstrators from today, a very different picture from what we saw last weekend. They marched from City Hall in downtown LA to Boyle Heights, making their way through the streets, blocking traffic at times, yelling from megaphones, blowing horns, and playing music. Protesters carried flags from Mexico, El Salvador, and Central and South American countries, many holding signs calling for an end to President Trump's mass deportations and showing strong support for the immigrant community. There were a couple hundred demonstrators from children to adults that participated and remained peaceful. Now here is video from our NBC4 chopper of another group of protesters walking from downtown LA to Chinatown. It appears to be a group of less than 100 people and a mixture of demonstrators in this group. Some were carrying flags from Mexico and El Salvador, and some with signs of messages against Trump's immigration policies. There were also signs that protested the U.S. being in Korea and ones that denounced gentrification. This one appeared to end at the park and was peaceful as well. We spoke to a demonstrator from earlier today. Here's why they said they wanted to participate.
I'm scared for my families to get deported to Mexico, and that's why I'm here for them. Yes, I'm gonna protest more and more for my family and my friends.
All week, we've seen protests from around the country to right here in LA, including high school students, many of them calling for an end to Trump's immigration policies. Reporting live in downtown LA, Tracy Leong, NBC4 News.
Tracy, thank you. And although today's marches have remained peaceful, that has not always been the case. In fact, we're learning one person has been detained after someone was stabbed at a protest in downtown LA yesterday. You can see the fight in this video. Police say the stabbing happened after a 17-year-old boy shoved someone to the ground. He is now in the hospital in critical condition.
And now to the latest step in LA County's wildfire recovery. People gathered once again today to protest one of the EPA's hazardous waste processing sites. In fact, you can see them all right here. The Palisades sites are marked in red. The Eaton Fire sites are marked in yellow. Our Amber Frias joins us live from Duarte with the concerns over the Lario staging area there. Amber.
Hey, Jonathan, about 20 people from Duarte and surrounding communities gathered here today to protest this waste site at Lario Park. Now, they know that hazardous materials are already going into the site, but they say they hope their continued protest will halt operations.
Well, we don't think it's a good idea to bring the toxic waste all the way over here.